Hey guys, Carey Hodsden, PGA here at X-Golf Chesapeake in the beautiful Chesapeake, Virginia. Thanks again for watching. I've got an interesting thing to talk to you about today. We have recently talked about a whole bunch of different things, especially I'm going to kind of harken back to a couple of different lessons here to sort of put you in a position where you can understand where I'm going to go with this and suggest that maybe you watch some of those lessons to kind of tie this together a little bit, okay? So what I really need you to understand today is how the golf swing kind of swings to the left and your hand path. Now I've done hand path stuff before and we've talked about the slot where our hands go all the way around this path. I think that one of the things that's really difficult for folks to understand is how we have to mirror our backswing with our through swing. So you've got your trail side backswing coming through, you go back and your hands go over here, right? And then they, in a modern swing, they go more up, in a classical swing, they go more around, and then they come back into this slot, this round slot that goes around your waist here, and then they come over here, and this is where people get stuck, okay? They come into the ball, they're coming into the golf ball right here, and then they want to hit the golf ball down the line, and so they think they need to hit and throw their arms down the line in this fashion. Okay, looks kind of cool. I mean, from the camera's point of view, you listen to guys on television, they tell you, "Ooh, that's cool. I mean, he's got great extension and so on and so forth." But when I see that, I see the club and the hands separating from the body, and I see a complete loss of power and accuracy. That's what I see when I see it. Okay. Now that doesn't mean guys on tour or gals on tour are not doing a great job of striking the golf ball, and they have, I mean, so many of them strengthen their body beyond imagination, and they're hitting great shots, and they're getting away with it. But these are, when's the last, let me put it to you this way, outside of Scheffler right now, okay, and then Tiger maybe back in the day, you have Justin Thomas, who is a great player, and several other guys that go through and they have hot streaks. Tiger was dominant. Scotty is being pretty dominant now, and they have a lot of faith and trust in their golf swings, and they have a lot of faith and trust in their short games, especially their short games. Both were brilliant. Jack Nicklaus dominated, and you go on back down the years, and you got guys that are super high tier like Nicklaus and Tiger and Ben Hogan and those guys, and then you got the next tier down. Where you've got guys that have won major championships, but were not necessarily as consistent as those guys, and so on and so forth. Now, why is that? That's the question. Why is it that some of these guys were more consistent than other guys? Okay, and one, I would offer that definitely their short games are better, more consistent. Like Scotty Scheffler, tremendous pitcher and chipper of the golf ball, and tremendous putter. Tiger, same thing. Jack Nicklaus, same thing. All of them are just incredible, okay? But one thing that a lot of the guys do, and they do really well, is they keep their hands closer to their body, okay? All the way through the golf swing. Now, Jack just put out something that I saw recently on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, where he's saying that the biggest secret and the biggest key to everything for him for the golf swing was keeping his hands close to the body. So I want to talk about that a little bit because I completely agree with that, and I think that that's probably maybe the most misunderstood thing about the golf swing that there is. Right now, with a lot of teaching, you see, well, let's get super extended, and let's get back here, get as extended as we can, and then let's go and get as extended as we can and try to get as extended as we can over here on this side and finish our golf swing. Interesting thought, but if you lose connection with your core, with your body, okay, and your arms get far away, as kind of a person with kind of an engineering mind, okay, all I see is errors. I see millions and millions of errors between where my body was connected and where it's disconnected, okay? When my body gets disconnected like this, all I see is all the millions of different errors that can happen between here and here when my body gets reconnected. Okay? I see, well, I could be coming down this way, I could be coming down this way, I could be coming down 50 million different ways. Literally, the combinations are endless with the number of mistakes that can be made. Okay? So that's why I want my hands to stay close to my body. That's why Nicholas wanted it. That's why Ben Hogan wanted it. And people say, well, Ben Hogan has super incredible extension. Yes, he does. But are we seeing that the way it's really happening from those camera angles? That's the question. And the question is, in most cases, no, we're not seeing that the way it's actually happening. Okay? That's why there are certain camera angles that are just better than other camera angles. Okay? So, for instance, if you see this and you see me go swing this way, right? And this way and over here, it looks like I have tremendous extension, right? I mean, absolutely tremendous extension. And then a big high finish. So from your point of view, face on, that looks like my extension is going straight down the line, and it's really, you know, my club is really, really extended. Okay? So from your point of view, if I go, I'm going to go facing you where you can really see what's happening. Okay? And you're going to see the exact same thing. I'm going to come through here, I'm going to turn my body, go all the way through, and get the extension. Now, this is the exact same move as it was over there. Okay, but does this look like it's straight down the line? Like where my feet are down the line would be over here, right? But really what's happened is I've extended and gone over here. So my hands are still close to my body here, because my elbow is still attached to my body. So they can only get so far away. Okay, my hands can only get so far away. All right, so I think that what's happening is there's a lot of misconception on what's actually happening in these golf swings. So once again, let's go back to the beginning. We go this way, right? And I'm going to do the more classical swing here going around. So we're going here, my hands are still this far from my pelvis, and then I go around myself, but I can only get this far away from my body, the length of my forearm here. I can only get that far away, okay? I can't get any far away. If I lift my arms, or my right arm from my body, like the more modern swing at this point, now I'm way far away from my body. Now I've got to figure out a way to reconnect so I get back into my slot, going around my waist, right? So when I go this way and I go around, when I come back into it, okay, I'm coming back into it in here, and now my hands are just the same distance from my body, and then I'm going to keep going around. And this is the part where we stopped last time, and I wanted to start talking to you about the misconceptions that you have with camera angles. So now if I'm here, you guys on television see this. What's actually happening is I'm turning here, and I'm going to keep turning all the way over here. And this is going to be the extension, and then it's going to finish around the back of my head this way. Okay? Now, why is that? It's because I have to mirror what I did on my backswing. I don't have to, but I want to. Okay? So if my backswing is going here and here, okay, this is down the line view for you, then when I go through, I don't want to go here and up here. I want to come back down the line, rotate all the way around, and then go back up. Okay? I want to go around my body. My hands have to stay close. So the misconception of how this works is killing people's golf swings. It's killing your ability to strike the ball. It's killing your ability to have power and center face contact. Okay, and accuracy. You have to keep your hands, your elbows, let me say it this way, your biceps and your elbows kind of attached to your sides, but your biceps kind of attached to your pecs, the sides of your chest here. Okay, you got to kind of keep them here so that when you go through, they stay here and your core turns around your pillars. Okay, and then if your arms stay connected, then you're going to be able to have a lot better chance of coming back into the ball the way you started at address. This is not rocket science, but it is kind of biomechanics and almost kind of like from an engineering standpoint, this is the thing that makes the most sense. And you say, well, you know, Carey, I can't get as much power that way. Oh yeah, you can. You can get even more power this way. You just don't know it yet. You don't understand how it feels yet. Okay, so I had a gentleman write me recently about, you know, Carey, you know, all the stuff that you're teaching is really, really cool. It's you know, biomechanically, it's all very, very cool stuff. But you know, what about for older people? And you know, how do we do this? It's no different. It's really, really no different, and you can do it. Okay, I'm not teaching anything that can't be done by everybody. Okay, now if you've got certain injuries and things like that, then contact me directly and we'll work through that, and I'll show you how to get around those injuries, because I've had a lot of experience with that, even for myself, and so I can really help you along those lines. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical therapist or anything like that, but I do know how to help you get around certain injuries with your golf swing. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to think about keeping your hands close in your hand path, and then when you go to change directions, okay, which I've talked about the change of direction and how you have to make a conscious decision to change directions from this way to this way, okay, to the left, which is an unfamiliar feeling to most of you, okay? You do have to make a conscious decision to change directions. And I've put clubs down on the ground before to show you how to do that, to change directions. And what I'll do real quickly here is I'll put a couple of clubs down again just to remind you, and this will help you understand where your hand path needs to go. Okay? So we'll put 2 clubs down here. Some people are using dowels or whatever have you to get into kind of a 90-degree situation here. Okay? Like this. And I just actually did a lesson for one of you that was curious about this stuff, and I'm kind of parts of this lesson are going to kind of be similar to that, but other parts are not. So what I want you to do is I want you to put 2 clubs down like this, or 2 dowels, or whatever you have. Get into your athletic position and get ready to swing. And I want you to go slow motion, and I want you to swing your shaft along these dowels or clubs that you have on the ground, along these 45-degree angles. Okay, so you're making 90 degrees here. I want you to swing these across and then make your change of direction to where your shaft matches these shafts on the ground. That'll get you an idea of how your hands stay close to your body and where they're supposed to go. So when you go through your golf swing, okay, to the end of your golf swing, you're going to change directions from this inside path on the backswing. Then you're going to move your weight over to your left, okay, like we've done in the 2 pillars video. You should watch the 2 pillars video. So the two videos, you should watch the 2 pillars video and the slot video, okay, around your waist. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to change directions. You know, push our butt back, and we're going to change directions to this direction, okay? And then we're going to continue following through all the way until our shaft, even on this side, matches the shaft going down here, okay? And then that's going to be your finish, all right? That will keep your hands. If you watch what I just did, you'll notice that my hands stayed close to my body even all the way through the golf swing. So when you get to the backswing and you make your shift over to your left pillar here, your lead pillar here, your left leg if you're right-handed. When you go here, you're going to go here, and then you're consciously trying to swing through the golf ball by moving everything over to the left, all the way over here to finish. You're not trying to swing down the line. That old. I remember some teachers way back in the day used to tell me, swing the club at the target down the line. Look, you're swinging around in a circle, okay? You're swinging around your body. That means there's going to be a point that club is going to be square, and that club is going to be square for a lot of you for a millisecond, okay? 4 to 6 inches, it might be square enough to hit the golf ball. Now, the way that we're swinging here, if you use these dowels and you use these clubs on the ground or whatever, and you use these angles, these 45-degree angles, you're going to get a little bit longer space going through because you're going to be coming from the inside here, and as you turn to get to this outside, the club is going to be square right before it hits the golf ball, and then it's going to be square a little bit longer, maybe even up to 2 feet after you hit the golf ball if you swing this way. Okay, there's really no other way to do it. Now, you know, the more modern swing, I mean, you're seeing guys go kind of under like this with the club face kind of shut. They're trying to keep it that way. They're trying to come back down the line, hit it, and trying to come back up the line and keep it square the entire time. The golf club, you know, all golf clubs are not designed to do that. Okay, they're heel shafted. We've talked about this before. They're toe heavy and heel shafted. They must open, they must close. If you want to swing them the way they're designed and get the most out of them, that's up to you. Okay, but that's the way I think it should be swung. All right, so we've gotten, we understand now that we must keep our hands close to our body, and the most important part about that is through the hitting area and through the follow through. Okay, this is super, super important. Once we get back here, our hands get back into the slot, and the swing is like this. It's one long motion all the way over here. It isn't hit at the golf ball and try to hit it down the line. Push the club down the line. We absolutely do not want to do that. We want to swing around and mirror what we did on the backswing so that we can get good contact, okay? And so that we can unleash our golf swing, okay? Hopefully it looks something like this. And that one's right down the pipe, okay? So thanks again for watching. My name is Carey Hodsden, PGA at X Golf Chesapeake. Hit them long and straight, and I will see you very soon. Thanks.